So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Reverend Cynthia, and this is,
A Marianne.
and we're gathered here today to share with you 10 ways to make your holidays simple and soulful, or soulful and simple. We want to be able to perhaps before the holidays even begin and getting caught up in the energy of the busyness. Let's just start with centering and paying attention to what is truly being celebrated at this time. So it's not about what's being sold, it is about what matters and what fulfills us at the level of our soul. So
Exactly. I love that, Reverend Cynthia, because I feel that Mother Nature is gifting us this beautiful season of the winter solstice. And what a beautiful opportunity as nature begins to slow down. It's inviting us to also slow down. So, despite the very insisting messages that we sometimes get to hurry up and run to the store and buy and get and do, and rather than being snatched away by another thing to do for your to-do list, then it's a powerful thing to pause and really be present to your own choice. What does your soul really, really want? What does your soul really, really need? And that's what we're here to share with you: 10 options, 10 ideas for you to create something unique and that is not going to break your bank account and that you will remember. So,
well, thank you, Amma. I can't wait.
me neither. So, should we jump right in?
Yeah, let's start.
Wonderful. So these are 10 ways to celebrate the holidays in a soulful, simple way. So, number one, the number one thing that Reverend Cynthia discussed is, what do we do here at Agape as practitioners, as spiritual counselors? Rituals. So, what better way than to create your own ritual? Something that's unique, something that's simple. And one thing that I love to do during the holiday season, once I put up my decorations and I allow myself to slow down, I really like waking up very early in the morning before everyone else. And I like to take the time to just look around my home and appreciate the decorations, look at my Christmas tree. And even my Christmas tree has the ornaments that my kids and I have made together throughout the years. So I'm seeing their progress, right? When they were 5, when they were 10, and it just makes me so happy. I look around my home and I'm grateful for everything that we have, the moments we're going to share. So that in itself is a ritual for me, and it's almost like blessing the space. But I'm really not doing it for that reason. I'm literally just appreciating the moment, appreciating the celebrations that we'll have, appreciating my space, my home, and just taking the time to do that. And
What a Go ahead.
that would be the first thing.
What a beautiful way to set the tone for each day, right? To steep yourself in that vibration of just taking a moment to observe all the things that you already have to be grateful for. I love that.
Yes, because if there's one thing that you can count on, things will not happen in the way that you're planning them. And when they don't, I don't want to be reactive. I don't want to be defensive. I don't want to feel wanting to get things under control. I want to enjoy the time, the space. I work a lot. I'm not with my family sometimes, for days at a time because I'm out traveling. So when I am home, I want to enjoy and be home. So, if they forgot to bring more water, oh well. If they forgot to pick up extra ice cream, oh well. We'll figure it out. But I don't want to feel, why didn't you do that? you should know better. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to feel tense. So before even that could happen, I prepare and I set myself up to be at ease and grace and grateful and just enjoy.
I love that. Thank you. So number two is um, to give from our heart, not from our wallet. I know for me in the past, when funds have been available, it has felt good, right? To buy people, things that they may want. But often I feel that some people are very particular, and so whatever I may get them may not necessarily be something that they wanted. And so they don't hold on to these things for very long, or maybe I'm the one that didn't like the thing I got. Who knows, right? So here's something that I started doing last year. Last year I bought a candle making kit. And then I pulled out all of my essential oils. And so I made a couple of candles for some of the people in my family. And I said a prayer as I was making the candle. I spoke a prayer into the candle, and then I hand wrote a message on a piece of paper that goes in the middle of the candle,
Oh,
so that when the candle burned to like that level, it revealed like my wish or my prayer for them.
oh, how beautiful. I love that.
And then with the essential oils, it's like I would intuit like which oil is for this person or what
Mm.
combination of oils. So that was something that I did that I started last year and I want to do this year again. Right? So how can we give from our heart? And it doesn't have to be a candle. It can be just a handwritten note. Nowadays, we move at such a quick pace and we don't have a chance to connect with people because we're busy, that for somebody to receive a handwritten note, I think would touch their hearts
Mm.
and let them know that you're thinking of them. So that's cute.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's the gift of our time, right? To be thoughtful and really show appreciation. I love that, Reverend Cynthia. So this brings us to number three. And number three is to create your own decorations. And they can be very simple, very easy. I remember one year, my oldest daughter had a thing for pine cones. And I remember I wanted to buy them. And I looked outside my window in the place that we were living at, and the floor was filled with pine cones. So my daughter said, "Mom, look, the universe brought these to us." And I'm like, "Okay, it did." So and there is a way to clean them up and make sure they have no bugs in them. And so we did that, and then we painted them, and then my daughter created this beautiful, and it's just a cup, and it's just a little bit of, it's not real snow.
Oh,
I don't know.
wow.
Yeah. So, but it looks beautiful, right?
It does.
So this was the year of the pine cones that we did all of our decorations. And then one year we did little snowmen.
I love it.
Very simple, very easy, very graceful. And it's not even the decoration itself, it's the fact that we created it together. That we
Mhm.
sat as a family, as a unit, and we put this together. We got burned with a glue gun. We dropped the beads, whatever, we're creating happy memories in the midst. So it could be very simple. It could be a candle, it could be, just simple red ribbon, but creating your own ornaments, simple, easy, and doing them together with the people that you love.
I love that, creating memories and ornaments.
Yes.
Okay, so number four is say yes only to that which nourishes you, which,
Mm.
right? So often I feel that we are blessed to have an abundance of opportunities and invitations, right? With like events to attend, parties to go to, gatherings of all sorts, even collaborations and projects. And you mentioned this at the beginning, right? That at this time of year, everything in nature is starting to slow down. And we're not separate from nature, we're a part of it.
Mm.
So the invitation for us is to also begin to slow it down at this time of year. Um, so one of the practices that I had to learn to cultivate was to pause before I said yes to everything. Right? It's like, don't.
How do you say no?
I learned how to say, can I get back to you?
I'm
Like,
gonna write that down. I get back to.
can I get back to you? Like, that sounds lovely. And can I get back to you? Right. And then actually coming into my body and feeling what resonates as something that feels good to me to attend
Mm.
instead of automatically doing the things because I think I should.
Ah.
So that's suggestion number 4, saying yes to what nourishes you.
Eat and celebrate mindfully. Eat and celebrate mindfully. So just because people bring you an offering doesn't mean you have to eat it. Or if you do go into a gathering, at least in my situation, because I'm on a very specific diet, I do share with the people that I am meeting with. If I go to a gathering, a reunion, I do share. This is my diet. This is what I'm eating these days. I don't want to inconvenience you. I'm happy to bring my own. I'm always with my own containers, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time. And and then just go along. I have to say, not everybody is as gracious in saying, "Oh, of course, Sama, yes." Some people say, "Oh, you can have a little sugar, you can have a little cake, you can have a little." So sometimes it is challenging to. That goes along with what Reverend Cynthia just shared about knowing what to say yes to, right?
Mhm.
Make sure that it's something that agrees in my value system, that's in alignment to where I'm at in my consciousness currently, and then be mindful of what I put into my mouth. Number one, and plan to cook at home. Simple is good. Mother Nature. It could be very simple recipes, very simple things to prepare. You don't have to do this very extravagant dinner recipes. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. That would be the biggest, most important thing to understand. And then when you eat, be grateful. Be
Mhm.
grateful for what you're eating. Bless your meal. There's a lot of people in the world, cannot stress this enough, that don't have anything to eat. So as simple as it could be a simple salad, a simple dish. It's 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 a it's something to be grateful for, truly. So that would be number number 5.
Right. And I would venture to say that what would be more important to anyone's table that you would sit at, Amma, would be just your presence, right?
Mhm.
That it's your company that would make the night. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
okay, so number 6 is invite sacred moments. Christmas can be spiritual in your own way. And that's one of the things that I think got started for me last year, right? I didn't want it to just be the focus on the commercial aspect of Christmas anymore. So I started with making that candle. This year, my focus is more on uplifting my family. I live in Nevada and Las Vegas, and everybody else is in California. So this year, because Christmas falls during the week, we'll be staying home, and then I'll see them after Christmas. So here's what I'm thinking about making Christmas spiritual in my own way. Um, I want to say that for the month of December, I'm going to begin by lighting a candle and saying a prayer for everyone in my family, and beginning to write a new future for us all. Like all the things that I'm willing to release, any grudges that I might be holding against someone, uh,
Mm.
extending my love, my forgiveness for them, for me, to begin to create and open up a space for this new year of us being able to show up differently as a family. So, how can you make Christmas spiritual in your own way this year?
I love that. I want to do that. I want to find a new future for my family.
Right? We're powerful, powerful beings.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Another way that I like to make Christmas special for myself is to gift myself the time to read. And I mean actual books. Like I'm old school, but I love books. I love like physical books. And two books that come to mind are I always love Miguel Ruiz's books, The Mastery of Love. Cannot recommend it enough. I read it over and over again. Easy read, nice, big texts. It's very easy. And then if you really want to go into a deeper inner connection with the divine in you, I highly recommend, if you're a practitioner or reverend, any book from Eva Bell Warburg. Again, simple, easy, short read, very, very profound. I mean, if you read only one of these pages and you sit and reflect, light up a candle, get yourself some tea. So, having this special time to just reflect is also very, very meaningful for me.
I'm going to go pull those two out when we're done and have them ready to go.
Yes. One other beautiful memory that's coming to mind, thing that we like to do at home, is our Christmas tree. We have ornaments that represent our ancestors. So the Christmas tree becomes kind of like an altar, right? And so we have, and our ancestors are our angels. So we have their photos and the people that have passed away, and if, the memories that we had with them. And for us in particular, we lost my nephew of 19 years old a couple years ago. So we have his photos out, and it's just bringing life to that aspect. And it truly makes it more meaningful. The grief is never gone because, of course, I personally still miss him. And to feel his presence, to feel his love, to connect with the qualities of him that will never die. That is magical. That is magical. So our Christmas tree becomes kind of like an altar for our loved ones and our ancestors.
Oh, I love that, Amma.
Yes, because a lot of us go through, we lost people, have passed away, even in these days, like right in the beginning of the holidays. I've been getting a lot of prayer requests, that someone lost their husband, they lost their aunt, and it makes the holiday season challenging, right? Everyone's celebrating, everyone's happy, and I'm in this grief, which is very understandable. So there's a space for all of it in this winter solstice. There's room for all of it. Our soul, your soul is capable of containing it all. It truly does.
I love that. Okay. So the
Yeah.
next one is listen to your soul's rhythm at this time of year, asking, what do I need this season? Because often the focus can be on what does everybody else need this season. So not forgetting um, what feels heavy, right? Amma was just talking about the grief. And one of the things that I've learned over the years regardless of the emotion that I might be experiencing, is can I give myself permission to have what I'm having?
Mm.
Because when I do that, then the emotion is felt, honored, acknowledged, witnessed,
Mm.
and then it dissipates.
Mm.
Okay? So if something feels heavy, don't try to busy your way through it, strong arm your way through it, say I should be further along over. No. Can I allow myself to have what I'm having? Sit down, breathe, cry if you need to, have a cup of tea, have a conversation with your loved one,
Mm.
and then get back to what you were doing. But don't bypass this. And the last thing is to sense into what feels nourishing to you and truly letting you guide you through this season. Um, it doesn't have, like I said, we don't need to should on ourselves. We don't need to do things out of a false sense of obligation anymore. This can be the year where there is a purity that is being brought back to this,
Ah,
right? This time of year.
I love that. And I love the process that you just described with regards to being present with what we feel. I feel that many times the winter solstice invites us to turn within and to be present with our inner self, with our inner world. But as society and this capitalist system, it's pulling us to the outer. Go and do, go and buy, go and get.
Mhm.
So that separation, right? My soul is really wanting for me to be still, to be present, but my personality is out there. So that's the separation, that's the tension. And the feelings that come up, I would invite you to see them as an invitation to turn within rather than something you want to get rid of with a drink or two drinks or three drinks. Because even if you take those drinks, when that effect goes away, you're back with the same feelings and emotions. So might as well just pause, be present, turn within, feel them lovingly, compassionately, and allow them to dissipate. Or you can schedule a session with Reverend Cynthia, which is what I do sometimes.
That too, right? Because nobody should have to walk through anything alone.
Exactly. Exactly. Spiritual community, that's what we're here to do also. So, which brings us to number 9. So, number 9, the ninth way that you can make this holiday season more simple and meaningful is make your metric be what is the meaning in the moment. So, rather than thinking, how much did I buy? How much did I get? How much did I do? Rather really be present for yourself and ask, how deeply did I connect? How much peace did I allow for myself, and did I allow for my loved ones? Right? Was I a space of peace and calm instead of being reactive and angry and rushed and hurry up? We got to go do this, got to go do that. Let's just take a breath. Let's be peace. Let's be the calm, the tranquility. And finally, how much did you feel for yourself? How present were you with yourself? So those are my metrics.
I love that. I love that. It's so funny as you were sharing that one. Um, I was telling my husband about the holiday party for the church here in Las Vegas, and I told him the date, and he goes, I won't be going. I won't be going." So I had to like do an internal process. I was like, can I go by myself? I totally can go by myself. Is it okay that he doesn't want to go? It's totally okay that he doesn't want to
Having this dialogue with yourself. I love it.
go. Right. So when you talked
Mhm.
about like not being reactive, right?
Ah,
I was like,
yeah.
what's the truth here? Can I go alone? Yeah, I can. Is it okay that he doesn't go? Yes. Okay.
Right, where instead of going into, well, why don't you want to go? You should go. You're my husband. That's what you're there to do. Da da da, da, right? That would,
Right?
wow.
That would be the usual, like the way that it would usually roll out, right? You're going. You're going.
What do you mean you're not going? Of course you're going.
So I love that. I love that. And the last thing is remember that simplicity is abundance. One of the
Mm,
things that I've heard over the years is that truth is very simple. It may not be easy, right? But all of these things that are true, that are eternal, are simple. They're not complicated. So how does that apply to this time of year? Our entire lives can be simple when we're not coming at it from our minds, um, or even thinking that we have to get everything done. That is what life is about.
mm,
Um, Choosing intentionally to open the space for the magical, for the unexpected to happen as well. Um, I think if life is a little too choreographed, then there isn't space for the magic and the miraculous to surprise us.
ah,
So it's almost like can I just go with the flow of life a little bit more than I tend to usually, which allows life to feel more simple to me, right? Because I'm not trying to fix everything. Um, how can it be more simple? How can I get back to the basics?
I love that. Because we're human beings. We're not human doings. We're not human shoppers. We're not human consumers.
Right? Even just the last couple of nights, I've spent about an hour or two scrolling and then at the looking for gifts. And then at the last minute, I'm like, no. But I just spent an hour of two of my time, right? It's like I already know what I want to do. I would have more fun making some things for people again. But that habit.
Or having a conversation
Mhm.
instead of doing the scrolling. But let me just pick up the phone and I'll call my cousin, my sister. Let me just, how are you? How are you doing? Instead of just a text. I mean, nowadays I get Christmas texts, I get New Year's texts.
Merry Christmas.
So
Happy New
I appreciate the thought, but how beautiful it is to say, hey, listen, I know you're busy. I just really want to wish you a beautiful holiday season. I want to tell you how important you are to me, how meaningful your contribution is in all the things that matter for me in my life. How's that for a brief conversation, right?
I love that so much. Nowadays we're so busy that I think people are offended if their phone rings. So, but maybe we can start to bring it back to what matters.
Mm, that is beautiful and
Yeah.
powerful. And if you guys really want to bring this back to
Mhm.
what really matters, Reverend Cynthia and I have spent the past few days preparing something really magical for all of you. Reverend Cynthia, do you want to share?
So we're going because we're approaching the time of and the winter solstice is actually from like right about now to about the beginning of February, right? And what it is like these frequencies are hitting the planet, and they are here to facilitate humanity's awakening and transformation. But we're going to be focusing even more so intentionally with creating the space. to cultivate and awaken our own Christ light within us. Okay.
I want to create my own Christ light within me.
So do you want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to be doing?
Sure. So this is going to be a 1 month process. It's exactly 1 month. It will not take a lot of your time. It's going to take 3 minutes a day. That's all. But it's important for it to be consistent and it's important for it to be continuous because you're creating a new habit, a new pattern within you of giving attention to you, to your inner being, to your inner worlds. And you will be seeing on our social media, YouTubes and Instagram, every single day as of December 6th, all the way through January 6th. Every single day, you will be seeing 3 minutes of very brief guided process, very brief affirmative prayer to work our way on a sacred pilgrimage to the birth of your Christ consciousness.
Mm.
So every single day will build upon the previous one. And Reverend Cynthia, do you want to tell us what the meaning of the birth of the Christ really means from a mystical perspective?
So, from a mystical perspective, um, I don't know if some of you guys are familiar, and we'll go deeper into this during the first share. But do you guys remember hearing the story about the three wise men that followed the star that led them to where Yeshua was born? So that, and then there were these people, these pilgrims, right? That also, even before the Magi arrived there, the wise men arrived there, they too knew to follow the light. They too knew, right, that the Christ was being born. But this story doesn't simply just apply to Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. It's also about the Christ light that is the destiny of our own individual souls, right? And so we want to begin to tune in to that light within us for this new birth of our own Christ consciousness. So it's not like, um, do I have to do something to deserve this? No, this is the destiny of your soul. And so it's going to happen. The question is, when will we make time? When will we approach this with a level of devotion? Can
Ah,
can it be now?
I want it to be now. Like I want it to be.
Right. So we've been distracted for so long by commercialism, blah, 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 that's what this time is about. When in reality, no, everything is here right now, lending itself to facilitate the birth of this Christ consciousness within you and me. So when we um, stop dispersing our energy and outwardly and start focusing in inwardly, even with just 3 minutes a day.
That's powerful.
Mhm.
Because we'll be doing it together. It'll be 3 minutes a day in community, always at the same time. I think we'll release the videos at about 8 a.m. So it'll be early enough for you to get your day started in a sacred way, very brief and powerful.
So that is the invitation. We hope that these suggestions will get you off to a good start. Start implementing them now, to start to build the momentum to have a Christmas like never before.
Absolutely. And everyone on the planet is the consciousness. It's just really, really rising. Yes, there are a lot of challenging, difficult things happening, but by the same token, our consciousness is beginning to rise. So know that we are doing this with other spiritual teachers, with other spiritual communities that are also taking advantage really of this wave of energy and support that's coming into the planet. So we welcome you. We hope you join us. And we wholeheartedly wish you a beautiful and magical and awakened holiday season.
Here's to this holy day season. Here's to you.
Here's to you. Yes.